Hey guys, this is Real Appalachia with Shane.
And Melody.
And hopefully you can see from behind us on this water tank where we're at. We are in McDowell County, West Virginia.
We are in Keystone to be exact.
Yes, a very historic town, very well known worldwide.
And it's made some big changes.
Oh yeah, big changes. We're going to check them out here though, so
Yeah.
we got to get on the road.
Yes, stick around. You don't want to miss this video.
Yes. Alrighty, we are pulling out, and as proof, we were in Keystone, West Virginia.
Yes.
Or should I say, infamous Keystone, West Virginia.
Why is it infamous?
Many, many, many reasons.
Well, give me one.
Okay, one is the Keystone Bank incident that happened. And that's when it was a massive bank failure. At the time, it was one of the biggest ones in the history of the United States.
Mm-hmm.
It was headquartered here, of all places. A guy named Knox McConnell had built up this wild, fraudulent scheme. And he ended up dying before it went bust. But anyway, that bank, it was back when I was banking too, and people would drive from Tazewell, in fact, people would drive from Abingdon all the way to Keystone, West Virginia to deposit their money in CDs because they're paying like 6% and everybody else paying like 3.5%.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a massive difference. Ended up all being a big fraudulent scheme, and a lot of people went to prison, but unfortunately, Knox McConnell never paid the price for it. But he had a big mansion up here and all kinds of stuff. So that's the biggest one. Well, one scandal, but it is, did you know that Keystone is world renowned? It is world known, world infamous. It's a coal mining operation, by the way, while I'm thinking about it. And that's was owned at one time, I do believe, by Governor Justice, but I don't know who owns it now. I think it's changed hands.
Well, you had me going there. You had me on the line.
Well, I was hoping, I know, but I thought I was pulling up to it. I thought I was pulling up to it, but there is a little street here called Cinder Bottom. And it was a...
and this is what it's infamous for?
What is for?
You went on this big long thing about the town is infamous
for Cinder Bottom, yeah.
Okay,
I was getting to it. I was getting to it.
Well, you kind of took a detour. It confused me.
I like it. I was building up some anticipation here. And it's right in through here. It's Cole Street, and then this right up through here was where it was mainly at, was on this right up. Oh, actually, I'll drive it.
Well, tell me.
There's nothing left. Okay, there's houses of ill repute. There's all kinds of saloons, wild women, you name it. Bad stuff went on through here. I mean, unspeakable acts. Men would come here and lose their money, lose their lives. I mean, this place is outlaw city.
And this is where you're taking me down.
And this way, of course. And but it was all back here, and it all got flooded out. So they pretty much demolished, took everything away.
Well, you know what Robert Sheffy would say about that, don't you?
What's that? I know you're going to tell me, so please go ahead.
Well, Robert Sheffy, the preacher that cursed the places of ill repute, I'm sure he would say that it was flooded out because of the things that they were doing.
Well, and nobody deserved it any more than Cinder Bottom, apparently, according to history.
Like it.
Yeah, it was a bad place. Now, there's a book that was written about this, but it's an anonymous person that wrote it, and it's pretty vile. It's not for just anybody to read. It's pretty what's the words?
Vulgar?
Well, vulgar, and so, but no, not really vulgar. It's actually
violent?
No, racist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it uses some very unflattering terms, and but anyway, but you wouldn't believe all the saloons and all the brothels and everything that were back through here, and it was just notorious. I mean, people were coming in from all across the country. There was a railroad stop here.
We should make a movie.
Well, I'm telling you, it'll be the best movie of all times as far as thrills and excitement, because...
Well, it sounds like about any movie that's made nowadays, a bunch of nasty stuff and evil stuff going on.
But it was a pretty notorious place back in its day. Now, you wouldn't believe this too. I'll almost show some video and pictures from before. This place was an absolute wreck just 2 or 3 years ago.
Oh, that church over there.
And they have really done a bang-up job of cleaning this place up. I mean, it was...
It was what?
Just damaged. You had a bunch of apartment buildings and stuff back here, and all that kind of stuff that was just abandoned and nasty and overgrown. It's just a bad spot.
Lord.
So there's a UMWA building, and then up here we got funeral home.
This is a funeral home?
Yeah.
Or was a funeral home?
It was a funeral home, yeah.
Ooh.
Obviously ain't anymore. It needs to be buried itself, it looks like, but it's the...
But you said that they're getting rid of a lot of these places.
Yeah, the Sinkford Richardson funeral home, and then back on this street, and I've got video or pictures. I know I got pictures, I think I had video.
Oh gosh, I didn't realize it's even circled.
Yeah. Well, back through here, there's a bunch of old buildings. Oh, still some.
Wow.
I'll be darned. Well, these are still here. Okay, some of them's knocked off, but then you'll see this old stuff in just awful shape, as you can see.
Yeah.
But Keystone is just infamous for nefarious activities.
Hmm.
Yeah.
still today?
No, not so much today. I mean, it's population's dropped and all that stuff. Now they got a lot of problems today. Their water supply is just a disaster. I mean, it's infuriating to know that it's such an important place in the history of the United States, not just West Virginia, not just Appalachia, not just McDowell County. This place is a very important place, but they neglect their water supply, and it's just been terrible.
Oh, I totally blanked that place near like Detroit. I had that big water.
Yeah,
thing. Flint, yeah.
Very similar.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, but that makes national news, and this is like,
Not
well,
enough
it's Appalachia. And
well, every time you turn around, it's either boiling water, or even worse, like don't use water. Period. I mean, it is sad state of affairs, and nothing's done about it. And I mean, I don't even expect the county; they don't have money, but you'd think the state would step in. Somebody would do something. This place, billions of dollars came out of here.
That was one argument that they made in Flint, and maybe this isn't the best thing to bring up, but I don't know. And with Flint, they said that nothing was done about the water, and nobody really cared because it was a high population of black people, and Keystone seems to have a high population of black people, right?
Well, and it's funny you'd mention that, as will be my next point, is oddly enough, very ironically, was that at one point, and it may still be the same way, this was the only city in West Virginia that the majority population was black.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that would stand to reason that what you're saying is absolutely potentially correct.
Yeah.
I mean, you hate to think that plays a part, but
it happens every day.
Yeah, don't be blind.
Yeah.
Either.
So this is more of a residential area?
Yeah, I would have figured we could just sweep of that and then get it back out of here, because I don't know my way around.
Not a good place to turn.
Yeah, not a good place to turn. We just want to show as much as we can in case people recognize it, or just give you a good idea of what it's like.
The area.
Yeah. There's the backside, and hopefully you can see up on the hill when I make this turn. Some of the houses and stuff. It just shows you how desperate they were for housing. I mean, just absolutely put a house anywhere you can find land.
Yeah. I guess that church isn't in operation.
Doesn't appear to be.
It's so pretty though.
Some windows busted out, and all that. Usually churches are better taking care of that. But
that building straight ahead is really pretty, and windows busted out and stuff.
Yeah, sad to see, man. I'll drive down here and then we'll turn back around and go back by through here just to get another look. And I'll show some video from the last visit from here. And you wouldn't believe it's night and day difference. And I'd love to know from local people what they think about McDowell County's cleanup efforts, because it's definitely looks a lot better. There ain't no question about that. I mean, they've cleaned up a lot of buildings that had collapsed and dangerous and looked pretty rough. But for me too, it took away a lot of the historic buildings too, and it's kind of sad, you know.
Right.
So kind of torn.
It was like you were saying earlier off camera, I think, that, you know, it's sad, but then they get to a place where they're not able to be repaired and they kind of become dangerous, and it's like, what else can you do?
So we left Keystone heading to North Fork, but I'm going to turn it around right here, so.
Okay, yeah.
Okie dokie. So we've made a quick turn and you didn't have to suffer through that, so I want to show the other side of Keystone coming this way.
I like those little cuts. That's neat, though.
Show you that to make a way through the mountain.
There's
Get
the
this
sign.
going. Yeah.
Sorry.
So there's still some housing. The population's way, 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 way off what it would have ever been. And
yeah, and I'm sorry I don't have that population for you.
yeah.
We could guess.
What is your guess?
I would say
I'll find out and put it in the captions. But
650.
I was thinking 350.
Really? Well, my first thought was 500, and then I thought, well, I don't know.
You may be right, though.
It's an interesting place.
Yeah, it is, and just to know the history and stuff too. It's really big factor. I mean, like I said, it was nationally known. People coming in from New York and Philadelphia, you know,
That's
wherever,
amazing.
to come to Keystone.
Yeah.
And because it was a hotbed of gambling, and you know, and I've tried to find confirmation of this, but it's been long rumored that Louis Armstrong came here and performed.
Wow.
And, yeah, they had a lot of major black performers came here.
That's really neat.
Yeah. So it's always had a history and a very diverse culture.
Yeah.
And we did some of our...
And as we've talked many times, a
It's
lot
like
of
Old
coal
City Hall.
mining towns were.
Yeah, they were. Now you see a little bit of coal mining operation, but we're about to head out of Keystone. We'll cut it off, but I'll show some of the old videos and that I have and some of the pictures, just so you get an idea of the changes that have been done, which is pretty dramatic.
I hadn't been here before, but I just said,
Well, here's
welcome to Keystone. There's another sign.
the downtown area. So I'm pretty sure one time in my lifetime, I know for a fact it was, there was a Schul's furniture store. Oh, it was back there. It was Hollick Myers.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah. And some of that stuff, but it's all went away. And when Keystone Bank was operating, you know, they had some nice branches and all kinds of stuff. But so there's a church up on that hill. And still a lot to see.
There is, yeah.
But, you know, you'll be surprised, which a lot of what they took out was in ruins. And I don't know. I would like to know what people's perspective is on that. So glad to see it gone, which I'm guessing probably true. But, or is it a lot of nostalgia and you just hate to see it gone?
Yeah.
Because there's memories.
And there's always people that's torn. I mean,
yeah, kind of like us.
yeah.
We hope you enjoyed this look at Keystone, West Virginia. We also hope you can hear us.
Yes, we hope so. But we thought it was cool with the train running.
Yeah, the coal mine right behind us, the coal plant.
Yeah. So anyways, if you like this video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you on down the road.
And if you didn't hear any of that, just know that we're waving.
Thumbs up. Get that part.
Yeah.